Okay, good evening, YouTube. I've never really considered myself any kind of a professional chef, but over the years I've come to enjoy and be quite good at cooking pasta, and I thought I'd share some hints and tips with you on that very subject tonight. And one of the first things to do is to find a pasta that cooks well for you. Some cook better than others. You'll be surprised. Some of the name brands don't cook as well as the brands your grocery store sells under their own name, whereas some of the name brands cook really, really well. The next thing you need is a pot that's suitable for the amount of pasta you're going to cook. You can't really expect to cook 2 pounds of pasta in a pot that's stretched to its limit holding 1 pound, and you have to include the water in that too. Next, you need to make sure that your water is up to a rapid rolling boil. If your water's not up to a rapid boil, then your pasta is going to come out sticky. Okay, when your water's up to a rolling boil, it's time to add your pasta. I've got my box open here. Another one over there because I'm making 2 pounds. Anyway, when you've got your box open and your water's come up to a good rolling boil, it's time to add your pasta. The important thing here is to add your pasta gradually so that the water stays boiling. You could dump it in there all at once, but again, that cancels the boiling because the pasta's at a much different temperature, and your pasta will not turn out as good as it would if you'd left the water boiling and added the pasta a little more slowly. When you have your pasta in the pot and it's boiling along readily, turn your heat down, but don't turn it down so much that you cancel the boiling of the water. This time you may also want to add a little bit of cooking oil to keep your pasta from turning sticky in the pot if you don't get some other aspect of things quite right. The cooking oil can sometimes save you a little bit of grief. You should also definitely cook on a stove that you're comfortable with, whether it be gas or electric, or a classic electric stove like this one. Make sure you're using a stove that, has accurate controls. It isn't boiling water when you set it on low and stuff like that. Now, I find that it's very useful to cook the pasta by taking a periodic sample out of the pot. Dip a couple of the noodles out of there, shake the water off of them because the water's hot. You don't really want to dump that on your skin because it'll hurt. And then just sample 1 or 2 of the noodles and see how they are. If they taste good to you and the firmness to the bite is okay, you can take your pasta off the water. If they need more time, put your noodles back in there. Be sure to stir it regularly. And make sure the water stays boiling. That is the one really important thing here. You need to keep the water boiling at all times. Okay, when your pasta has reached the level of firmness and state of being cooked that you desire, it's time to drain it. So turn off the heat on your stove. Take your pasta over to your sink. Now this pot has a built-in strainer on it, so I can just lift this up and pour it over the sink here. Now, you should be a little bit careful doing that because some sinks have plastic piping that might not be able to withstand the heat of boiling hot water going down them. So if yours is that way, you might want to turn on the cold water faucet to help keep the pipes cool. That said, lift your pasta out, shake it, drain your pot of hot water if you need to, you're ready to serve your pasta. It wasn't that easy. Okay, and now to verify that I do in fact know how to cook pasta, here is Bizarre Furhead and the Keykeeper, 2 YouTube reviewers. Okay guys, how is it?
It's good.
What about you, Bizarre Furhead? What do you think? I think they like it. So that's how you make great pasta.